What's good, future millionaires? We back with another banger. I'm DecemberDeMarco, Fortune 500 marketer, and I'm here to share my insights of the market with y'all to hopefully help y'all become better informed investors, man. Salute to everybody for rocking with us. I appreciate y'all for pulling up on the channel, man. Y'all know first things first to hit that thumbs up like button for the YouTube algorithm to let YouTube know that y'all enjoy this content so that way more people can become better informed investors. So with this video, we had to tap in on the NFT lane. I told y'all we'd be covering more NFTs lately, and we did a few projects. We covered the shiboshis as well. I did my NFT 101 video for y'all that are new to the space and just trying to get a better understanding. I put a lot of information in that one video, but now we got a chance to actually meet with the CEO of a project or creator of a project, Bad Baby Dinos, and get some more insight of NFT projects and how NFTs are changing the space that we're in right now. So I'd like to introduce John. I believe it's Pinkham.
You got it, December. Hey, thanks so much, man, for having me on, and looking forward to chatting.
Appreciate you, bro, for reaching out to me. So for y'all, just a little insight on how this connection happened. Bro reached out to me, asked me to check out the project. We set up a meeting. We were able to talk, on the day that we scheduled. We talked a little bit about his background, a little bit about mine, things he envisioned with the project, and also, just what's going on with the project as of now. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to bring this on the channel, so that way, if y'all have questions, y'all can put them in the comment section. Y'all can also tap in with the Bad Baby Dinos community, and get questions there as well. So, first off, I like to say, I like the project. I like what you're doing with it. The artwork is cool. That's one of the first things I say with these NFT projects to my audience. You want to make sure that it's cool at the end of the day, because, you can be investing into, a project, expecting, it to take off, and it might not necessarily happen. So at the end of the day, you want to make sure you at least appreciate the artwork that you are holding in your wallet. So that's one thing that I do like with this project. So for y'all, I do have a T-Rex. I had to cop one of these, man. So salute to the team for that. But this is a dope project. The artwork, I like it. A lot of people will. I'm not sure. Can we share the screen right here? So let me see if I can share my screen just so they can get a glimpse of some of this artwork. I'm sure some of y'all are familiar with this project already. We've heard it, we've seen it hovering around on YouTube. I've actually seen your pop also talk about this project as well. Salute to bro. Let's see if I can share the screen. Okay, not able to share the screen with y'all right now, but the artwork is pretty cool. I'll put the links and everything in the description section. So, what do you see with Bad Baby Dinos, being unique? What's something, different to the space that you see it, bringing? And we can kind of come from an educational standpoint as well with that.
Yeah, for sure, December. Thanks for the intro there. And you mentioned a few good points. Obviously, NFTs have gained a lot of attraction via the art, via the illustrations. So we did come at it from a super fun, funky, friendly approach with our artwork. We've got 4 different characters, each one being a little more rare than the other. And within those 4 characters, we have over 200 fun traits between hats and glasses and jackets, apparel, jewelry, all kinds of fun stuff. So, the digital artwork is fun. It's friendly. It's relatable to some people. So, some people like to kind of pick and choose something that relates to them a little bit for sure. But what really separates us, and this will help open up a little bit on the NFT discussion in general, I would have to say, is the overall utility and use cases that we have in our collection. So art is great. It is a great starting point. And like you mentioned, it's something you can always hang your hat on. You always have that image, which is great. But the real value is going to come into an NFT project that has utility and has real use cases. So, again, from an educational standpoint, that's just good diligence to do for anybody looking to get into NFTs. I know you did a NFT 101 for your community. That was pretty sweet. Kind of a nice little kickoff, nice little intro. And, I'll add to that from my perspective. And this is just speaking, as a friend to a friend and a friend to a community. It's just, pick a project that you feel comfortable with. You don't have to get in on every project, and just pick one that you feel comfortable with, one that you think is going to bring the most value to you personally.
Nice. I definitely agree with that. And for y'all that are still pretty new to NFTs, so what they are non-fungible tokens. They are basically another version of token, ERC 721 based token, basically, which is a way for people to hold value in another asset that's outside of just an actual crypto coin or a token. So people are using NFTs to make digital assets, as far as like real estate. There's the Metaverse that's opening up where people are, purchasing, land that is basically considered, NFTs. People are purchasing in-game, like suits or, different avatars or tools or, just things to help you along the journey. So the Metaverse has a big gaming aspect, which we heard mentioned, with some of this utility. And what we see happening with this NFT craze is absolutely mind-blowing, that parcels of land, digital assets, things that normally wouldn't have that value outside of this, Metaverse world are starting to have, record numbers being attached to it, because people are able to list these items basically on a blockchain, which tracks basically the scarcity of them. So that way people can understand, like, okay, this is an original, or this is a one of 10,000 of the original set. Just like, for instance, with baby dinos, there's 12,000 of these. So when you buy one of these assets, it's basically listed on the blockchain where people can know that, okay, you are in your wallet, you're holding, one of the original, 12,000, assets that were created from this collection. So that's like the value behind it. A lot of people, assume that they're kind of like just JPEG pictures, which, in a sense they would be if they didn't have the blockchain, attached to them. But because they have the blockchain, because they're minted on the blockchain, they are actually valuable, and you can, buy and sell these through exchanges like OpenSea, which is right now, I believe, the biggest platform for NFTs. But they have different projects like Bored Ape Yacht Club, CryptoPunks listed, just anything you could think of. All those projects are there. I'm sure a lot of y'all know a few of those names. But this is one of those newer projects that, I think has a lot of potential, because they are, moving headfirst into having utility, not just, that collector's, value to it as well. Being able to earn, I believe you said that there was some reflections you can earn from holding this as well.
Yeah, we've got a rewards program. I'll get into that a little bit, as well as our other utility that people can earn off of this collection. But just to rewind a little bit, because you hit a lot of really good points there on what NFTs are and what the background is. And just to kind of summarize that to you and your audience and everybody listening, I mean, this is the beginning of something so much bigger. This, for what a lot of people are looking at as a bunch of overpriced JPEGs, is just the beginning of this next digital move. I firmly believe in 5, 10, 15 years, the utility of an NFT, a non-fungible token, will be more useful in the real world. So picture the title of your vehicle or the deed of your house. It'll be a digital record on the blockchain, which we all know is way more public than anything else. That'll be a transferable asset, like a house or a car, and not just a JPEG. So, this is really just the first big wave. It's starting to hit mainstream a little bit in the JPEG form, but think a little bigger picture on how this technology is really going to take storm for sure in the real world.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a good point to realize as well. Like how you said, even the title of your car, potentially becoming, NFT, and NFT are based on the blockchain. That's going to be, game changer. There's so much transparency, and there's so many third parties that, will be eliminated, because of this technology. So, which, eventually will create new spaces and, just new lanes to move into, as certain, windows close with other lanes as well. But it's very interesting, to be in this space right now. That's why I'm interested in covering these different projects. Speaking with developers and CEOs of projects like yourself. To find out how we can be a part of this and take advantage of it, so that way we're in the forefront. When the next explosion happens. Because a lot of it pretty much started in 2017 when I heard about it. First of all, like crypto punks and stuff, but I didn't understand it then. But those explosions already happened where we've seen those, all those pieces go for, millions, or having, floor price of like 40 ETH with the Bored Ape Yacht Club and stuff like that. But I believe, we're now, positioned to, be in a space to have, to be the next ones in line, for that next, explosion that we can see in this space, especially becoming better informed on different projects like this and being able to learn, what different use cases these projects have, how we can use them, and also, just what's to come in the future from them. So is there like anything else like you could share with us about like, things that we can expect, or things that people might not normally think about when they think about NFTs, and, how we can be, using them?
Yeah, for sure. I think I'll use that time to kind of chat a little bit more about Bad Baby Dinos in particular, and how we are bringing value, utility, and use cases to our project and to our holders. So the first and foremost is going to be our rewards program. We do have a rakeback rewards program called the Dino Snack Jar. And essentially what we have pledged to do is we have pledged to give back 50% of our aftermarket commission back to our holders. So when you develop an NFT and you sell an NFT on, let's say, a third party like OpenSea, you can set your commission rate. So every time that NFT is exchanged hands, from the first time through the thousandth time, like there's a commission in that goes back to the original collection developer or team. So we have pledged 50% of that's going into the Dino Snack Jar. That'll be a community wallet, essentially, that will be divided up and distributed to community members in exchange for community involvement. So we got a lot more details on that in our Discord. And we're going to have much more details on our new website that we are developing as we speak. So that's one big, very easy to explain, relatable, valuable use case that we have, and utility that we have. Outside of that, and definitely our number one biggest utility and what will be use case, is the metaverse that we are building within the sandbox game. So we have purchased a 3x3 lot, so a 9 lot of land in the sandbox, which for anybody who knows about land, that's a pretty darn good chunk. And we have hired the Land Vault team to develop that for us. So the Land Vault team, just to put this in perspective, is a team of developers, is basically the number one team of developers in the sandbox. They outdevelop the next closest developer by 400%. So they are the go-to, they are the pros. They've done a lot of development for big projects, including Bored Ape Yacht Club. And some of the developers on that team are some real NFT OGs. So we had some really good conversations early on. They really cherry-picked the projects they want to build, and they fell in love with our concept, which will be the land after time. So the land after time on the sandbox will have so much utility in itself. So for those that don't know much about Metaverse in general, I mean, just picture a virtual reality of sorts. Sandbox game being far more decentralized than, let's say, a Facebook Metaverse. It's a very fun atmosphere, very active atmosphere. Our land after time metaverse will have 3 major components. One, first and foremost, being our community center, which will be a members only center that will have, lounge areas, mini games, our VIP lounge, This will be an area that we can come together in a virtual space. We can just hang out. We can play small games. I mean, we're probably going to build a little basketball court. We'll have some darts. We'll have some pool, some card games, maybe, just some fun stuff. We can come together to vote on things for the project as we continue to grow. We can host parties or charity events or costume parties or different holiday parties. I mean, that's the club, right? That's the exclusive club for the Bad Baby Dinos. So that's one component. The second component is going to be our NFT games. So instead of just making one NFT game, we're actually making 3 NFT games. One being a super fun Mario Kart themed N64 old school style racing game, our own Bad Baby Dino racing game. The other being a scavenger hunt style game where you'll hunt and gather and collect prizes and rewards and all kinds of fun stuff. And the last one being an obstacle course, and we'll have a whole leaderboard set up. It'll be a pretty challenging obstacle course, and people can challenge each other or do time trials, or there'll be prizes based on completion. So all of these games will have some form of earning perspective, not to be confused directly with play to earn. The sandbox is still working on the coding for that specifically, but there will be absolutely ways to earn. So I just want to be fully transparent with that. So there'll be absolutely ways to earn and prizes to win and all kinds of competitions to be had. So your NFT, your Bad Baby Dino NFT, will also give you advantages in these games. Maybe it's an extra life or a boost on your go-kart, or a hint on the scavenger hunt. I mean, there'll be advantages to being a Bad Baby Dino holder. And then third, but definitely not least, probably one of my favorite parts, and I know this is a long-winded explanation, but we just have so much going on, is going to be the cave. The cave, so picture the cave as in, yo, December, I'm going to go to the cave and catch a set by Steve Aoki next Friday. You want to come? The cave is going to be a full-scale virtual concert and event venue. And we are going to be treating it just like so. We're going to be hosting concerts, stand-up comedy, charity drives. I mean, you name it, we are going to be trying our absolute best. We're already opening up some serious doors behind the scenes regarding celebrities and some big names. And we're gonna host these events. And your Bad Baby Dino NFT is essentially your membership to all of this, right? So Bad Baby Dinos will have their membership to this entire metaverse. And we obviously are open to public and inviting other people in. There'll be ways that they're going to have to invest or pay to attend, but the Bad Baby Dino holders will have exclusive entry to everything I just said. And I mean, how cool would that be?
Nice. That definitely sounds exciting. I could picture, like, in the cave aspect, or in this cave section, even having, like, guest speakers, like for doing TEDx talks, and things like that. It can just get crazy with that virtual reality stage right there. So would this be like where people actually can, put on like a headset and, be there?
I think eventually, yes, there'll be streaming capabilities with a VR headset capability. But for the most part, Sandbox doesn't require that full VR set style. This can also be played, I'm pretty sure, on mobile, but at least on desktop. But I think that will be able to be attended both ways. Some people like that, some people don't. So I think they're really targeting kind of both markets.
Okay, and when you chose for to launch on Sandbox or by laying there, what made you go with them versus other ones like maybe Decentraland?
Yeah, for sure, and that's the other really big name, right? Decentraland and the Sandbox are kind of the two really battling for the biggest decentralized metaverse. We personally made the decision for the Sandbox for two main reasons. One, we really liked that style, that kind of Minecraft fun art style. But two, the development team that we ended up getting introduced to, and that's the metaverse that they develop in. So the Land Vault team, once we decided to go with them, that was really the concrete sign, seal, delivered. We're building in the metaverse, and they're building it for us. So to put it in perspective, I mean, the sandbox just got awarded, I think, I don't know, 90 something million dollars worth of an investment from someone or some group. So I mean, they are seriously investing into the decentralized metaverse game. They have some really big names in there. They got Snoop Dogg building his party mansion. They got The Walking Dead. They got Atari. They got a bunch of Bored Ape Yacht Club boys in there. Some real OG crypto punk kind of guys in there. And if you jump on and you take a look at just land value on OpenSea or on their website itself, I mean, it's skyrocketing. Even their coin, Sand, I mean, just their metaverse coin has been up 300-400%, I think, in the last few months. So I mean, the space is absolutely taking off, and we're pumped to be inside there.
Okay, and just if you can give us like some, some future, some of the future vision, where do you see this, space being in the next, 1 to 2 years for, short term but future, look?
Yeah, for sure. We are, or at least me personally, I'm a very fast-paced guy. Once I get an idea, I want to bring it to fruition as quick as possible. So we're already working with the development team on this metaverse. We already bought the land and contracted them, which was a multi-six-figure investment before we even started minting Bad Baby Dinos. So this is a project, just to put in perspective, that's far from all hype. In other words, this isn't a, hey, we're going to build in the metaverse. This is a, hey, we are building in the metaverse. So for example, on top of all that utility, right now, throughout the build, a Bad Baby Dino NFT also has a voting right in our development of this metaverse. So we're going to be voting on certain things, certain games, or certain aspects of the game, or the entrance to the community center, fun things that the community can help us build by voting. So like this Friday, what do we got? The 16th now. So this Friday, the 19th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time in our Discord is our first live call with the Land Vault development team, showing the community what we got going on, showing them our progress, and starting our first round of voting. So anybody's welcome to attend that. Anybody can drop in, check it out, see what we're doing, see firsthand that, hey, holy shit, they're really building this thing. This is pretty sweet. But you have to be a Bad Baby Dino holder in order to cast any kind of vote. So it's open to everybody, but you would have to be a holder to cast a vote. So, and that starting this Friday, moving forward, we will have a weekly call with the development team, and we are projecting about a 2-month window for our metaverse to be complete.
Okay, from now?
From now, yep. So in as little as 8 weeks or so, we should have our metaverse built out and ready for Sandbox. So full disclosure, obviously, we're at the mercy of Sandbox itself, which is still in its kind of beta version. They're testing alpha version, I think, very soon. And if all goes well, I think they're looking to essentially flip the switch, so to speak, turn the servers on and get people active in there. I would say 4 to 5 months. I think they're looking for Q1 of 2022. So relatively soon we are in there, and we'll be built, we'll be ready, and hopefully we'll even have some shows booked and some things ready for when they're ready to flip the switch. We're ready to go. So, to put that in perspective again, I mean, getting involved in a project like this that is putting up that much up front, I would propose that to be a pretty enticing value to get in at a very entry level of what, I know I'm biased, but is going to be a pretty sweet project long term.
For sure. So, y'all know that that's 3 things that I look for when, we cover these new projects. and for their goals to be specific, measurable, and realistic. And they, hit all three of those right on the head. We got specific time frames. We got, things that are measurable because, we have the actual time frames, what should be completed within those time frames, and they are realistic, so having, this community center, the cave, where we can eventually see, live performances, comedy events, and, a list of other, potential things also. That's what we want to see, also with a team that has the foresight, to, bring, they bought this land, they have the team booked up, they have a date when, things will be completed. That's what we want to see. We have an AMA coming with the land vault, or what's their name again? The land vault team?
Yep, the land vault. Yep, you had it.
We got the meeting with them coming up soon, and that's what I try to tell y'all, to do your own research. This is your chance to get in there, be in attendance for this meeting, listen to what the team has to say, ask questions, become more informed, because that's how you can catch these opportunities. A lot of people, say they would have invested, in, whatever coin, Bitcoin, or Dogecoin, whenever they were, at their infancy, if they would have understood more about them. So this is how you get that understanding. It's by, pulling up to the meetings, pulling up to, the live streams, AMAs, and, ask questions, be a community member, eventually you'll be able to, vote if you do like the project. That's another thing I like to see, where the community can provide that input, and it's still, community driven in a way, by having, I'm not sure if that would be considered a DAO still, would it?
I mean, yes and no, same concept, in other words, especially for the development of the metaverse.
Okay. So, we're basically just having that power, it's being community based in a way where the community still provides its input. And that's very important, where you have a team that is accessible. You can reach out to them and ask them questions. They're willing to answer your questions. That's, this is one of those projects that should definitely be on your radar. So, I like so far what you, told us about the project, John. I'm looking forward to possibly snatching up a few more, hearing what you have to say. We talked briefly, but just getting a little bit more, understanding with, what the possibilities too of, what we can do with this metaverse is, pretty exciting. Also, having, the ability to receive, reflections in a way from that snack jar, from all those fees. Like, I want to touch on that again for people that don't understand. The person who, who launches the NFT, the creator of it, basically can set a percentage that they receive, basically like a royalty rate that they receive every time that NFT is sold. So let's say, this NFT is sold, down the line to 10 different people. Every time that NFT is sold to a person, the original creator will receive a royalty from it, basically a percentage that was predetermined when they launched it. And of that percentage, 50% of the profits from it, I believe, will be going to holders of Bad Baby Dinos. Now that's, that's just, passive income right there just from holding, so, you could, buy in, and, the floor price of this project, shoots up. That could definitely happen, especially with the use case and the utility that they're trying to bring. But, just off the strength, being able to hold it and receive passive, income is a big benefit, especially in this space, being able to learn about it while you earn at the same time. That's pretty cool. So, I'm definitely watching this project. We'll have some more updates coming from them soon. We will be pulling up to that meeting as well. So make sure y'all are there. Drop in the comment section if it's anything interesting you'd like me to ask. We might be able to get another video up soon once we got some more updates. But that's all for that. Is there anything else you want to add, John? Just to round it out.
Yeah, I'll drop a quick closing statement, December. You talked about community a lot there in the last statement, and that's what we're all about. At the end of the day, this is a community. We're doing some super fun shit. We want a lot of people involved with us along the way. So this isn't necessarily one of those, flip or mint and quick flip projects. We have a far bigger roadmap. We have far more utility. But things take time. And you mentioned earlier, we're realistic about timelines. We are open and forefront with that, communication with our community. But I will say, you know, getting in something like this, whether it's us or any project, and that's just being honest, at an entry level could be a good investment. You know, obviously not financial advice, the whole spiel, but just think about it, you know, and whether it's us or anyone, you know, and if you can only mint one, you know, it's about a couple $100 to mint one. And I know Ethereum gas is crazy right now, so it's probably another couple $100 for gas. But for $500 to scoop up one NFT, and if you felt comfortable with the project, you know, it's a relatively small investment. So those are the people we want. We want people that want to be a part of the community, understand the utility of it, and want to be active with us. You know, Discord's where it's at. December, we'll have the links in there for you to join up. We have a super fun, active community. Drop in if you got questions, even if you're new, if it's your first NFT. I mean, we've got a ton of people in there that are super helpful. I'm super proud of the community we've created already. And, you know, again, this isn't a sales pitch. So if it's something you like, we'd love to have you join up, be a part of the Dino fam. If it's not your cup of tea, that's cool too. You know, and we just ask for you to check us out and see what you think. So I thank everybody for your time for watching this video. In December, I thank you, man, for giving me the opportunity to get in front of your community.
For sure, man. I appreciate you for pulling up on us. I'm gonna definitely have to do one of those events at the cave, you know, teaching some crypto education. You know, that'll be dope if we get that.
That's right. That's right.
But like you said, you know, none of this is financial advice. You have to always do your own, you know, due diligence. But this is, you know, financial education. You know, so even if you're not interested at the moment to invest in the project or buy an NFT, I highly suggest you follow this project so that way you can learn alongside, you know, this project and just get a better understanding of NFTs and the metaverse space. So I believe that's all we got for this video. I appreciate y'all pulling up on this. Links will be in the description section. If y'all got any questions for them, drop it in the description section. Also, join the Discord, join the Twitter, check out the website, go through everything. Let me know if you end up copping one, and we are out.